Good morning. How you doing, everybody? It is so good to see you here. If this is the first time you've ever caught one of my live stream broadcasts, welcome. Thanks for joining me. My name is Renee Harden, and by trade, I am an editor, I'm a writer, I'm a writing coach. I love to help people sort of get in touch with their creative side and help them flesh that out in writing, um, sharing their stories, whether it's writing content, whether it's writing a blog, an article, a paper, or maybe a book. I love to help you get in touch with your writing style and help see that to fruition. And I love stories. I love coming here to talk about stories. We Hawaiians, we like to talk story. And so I hope you'll join me on what is the next to the last of my live stream broadcasts. It's about that time where we rethink things, right? Spring is a great season of sort of cleaning out, a revival. I mean, I'm looking out the windows of my office right now and the trees, just all the leaves. It's so thick with foliage over there where I used to be able to see through the branches in my neighbor's yard. Um, it's all filled in. Oh, and here we have, of course, what would our broadcast be like without an appearance from Mr. Milo? Yeah, here he comes. Good morning, Milo. Milo is like my Mr. Rogers, that he comes in the right time to say good morning. Come on in. Oh, there you are. Well, come on up. Come on up. Say hello to everybody. Milo does his morning routine where he gets up with me, he has breakfast, he goes outside, and he peruses all that's going on, and then he comes in to say good morning to everybody, right? Stories of Milo the kitty. Oh, Michael and I were watching an old Bond movie last night, and the guy was holding a cat while he was blowing stuff up, and the cat was freaking out on on set. You can tell because the actor's having to hold him. But because we were able to rewind and check it. Um, you could see the cat freaking out from the explosions, and yet Donald Pleasance, the actor, had to hold the cat until he walked off set. It was so funny. Never realized that before. We caught it last night. Definitely had some laugh out loud moments on that one. But fun little stories, things that happen every day that are fun. We share a lot of them on social media, right? We're sharing content now in small bits. And social media, hasn't that become an interesting field, right? If you've been around live streaming for a while, and I next year would mark the 10th anniversary of when I started live streaming. 10 years of live streaming. And a lot has changed in that time. So you have to rethink things. And, with new things comes new technology. I need to get a new laptop. I've been working with the same laptop since 2016. And while that doesn't sound that long ago, as you know, for computer technology, anything over 3 years is old technology. Sometimes the new technology won't talk to the old technology because it's so old. And so the speed at which technology is moving and changing, right? It's amazing. Yes, Alfred, I am on a 2016, I believe it's a 2016. Yeah, it's a 2016 MacBook Air. Um, right, Savannah. If even if graphic designs, oh, you're discussing it in your graphic design. Our school has a new system to catch AI writing in papers. Well, and that's been a big thing. So that's what I wanted to talk about today because AI is here. AI is developing fast. In fact, I believe Chat GPT is on its fourth version already because it learns, because it's improving. So, how does that affect us as content creators? Is the AI creating it for us and we are putting our name on it to claim credit, or are we using the tools, as I've always said, like I use this tool right here to speak into so that you can hear me clearly. I have a webcam on a stand right here so that you can see all the things I'm doing on the screen, right? I have a software program that I use that allows me to live stream to multiple platforms at the same time. So right now, um, yes, Alfred. Yes, my laptop is streaming capable, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough memory and enough space on it. And the software that I'm using, the first iteration of it that I started using way back when this software program was created. It's called Be Live. It was one of the earliest live streaming platforms, if you will, that allowed me to stream one time and it go to my business page on Facebook, my profile on Facebook, and then on YouTube. You know, to do something on Instagram, you would think because it's the same parent company that Facebook would have some kind of interface where you can stream between Facebook and Instagram simultaneously. But it doesn't let you do that right now. And so as things are changing, what I've noticed, even in my traffic with Facebook, is that the AI and the algorithms are really parsing what users see because unless you pay for it, right, Milo? Unless you pay for it, your content is sort of sorted in a way. And if you have thousands of, let's see, oh, you found it. It's the 1199 MacBook Air. Yes, I think it is. Let me check, Alfredo. Let me look. Um, let's see what it says on here. Look at my Mac. Yeah, MacBook Air. Oh, early. It says early 2015, but I didn't. I got it in 2016, so it may have been developed in 2015. Um, and it's still working. It's still going strong. I mean, it's what I use for work. It's what I'm using right now to live stream. I love that I can take it with me. My daughter and I have been talking about this, about how great the Macs are for the ability to work. If you work remotely, if you work from home, or if you travel when you're working, this allows me to travel and live stream from wherever I am. I'm also able to work on projects as an editor wherever I am because I have my MacBook with me. So technology is amazing. The tools that are being used now. And so several of the tools, and I don't know if you saw this recently, I'll share this on screen. We'll watch the first few minutes of it. I think it's really informative. I think it really helps us for those who are not in the AI field or working with AI a lot. This allows us to sort of get our minds even around new technology. I mean, it's moving at such a rapid pace that unless this is part of your, um, hold on, guys, I'm trying to share this on the screen here. Nope, not that one. We want to this. And it's amazing. Like right now, I am able to, again, through this software, copy and paste YouTube links that I can show in the stream and run it for you. So let's watch the first few minutes of this interesting special. I'll put the link to it.
We may look on our time as the moment civilization was transformed, as it was by fire, agriculture, and electricity. In 2023, we learned that a machine taught itself how to speak to humans like a peer, which is to say, with creativity, truth, error, and lies. The technology, known as a chatbot, is only one of the recent breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, machines that can teach themselves superhuman skills. We explored what's coming next at Google, a leader in this new world. CEO Sundar Pichai told us AI will be as good or as evil as human nature allows. The revolution, he says, is coming faster than you know.
The story will continue in a moment.
Do you think society is prepared for what's coming?
There are two ways I think about it. On one hand, I feel no, because the pace at which we can think and adapt as societal institutions compared to the pace at which the technology is evolving, there seems to be a mismatch. On the other hand, compared to any other technology, I've seen more people worried about it earlier in its life cycle. So I feel optimistic. The number of people, who have started worrying about the implications, and hence the conversations are starting in a serious way as well.
Our conversations with 50-year-old Sundar Pichai started at Google's new campus in Mountain View, California. It runs on 40% solar power and collects more water than it uses. High tech that Pichai couldn't have imagined growing up.
So I will tell you that I have driven past the Google location there in California.
Up in India, no telephone at home.
Right.
We were on a waiting list to get a rotary phone, and for about 5 years. And it finally came home. I can still recall it vividly. It changed our lives. To me, it was the first moment I understood the power of what getting access to technology meant.
So, it's already here. It's already happening. And if you work with AI in your field, you're already sampling and seeing its capabilities, what it can do. I spoke to my trainer yesterday. I am going to be having surgery later this year. I'm having to have surgery because you know what? As you get older, your parts wear out and the warranty expires. And so you got to order new parts and schedule to have them, installed. Kind of like I'm doing with my Honda Pilot today. I have to go pick it up because I took it in. It had some things start flashing, going, "Hey, this is going on. It's not working right." Took it in, ordered the parts. They're replacing it. I have to have some parts replaced later this year in my own self. The technology, even with which doctors can do surgery now, is so different from what it was even 10 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago. My trainer, when I was talking to him, he said one of the clients there in the Y, where I was working out, one of his clients had back surgery done recently, and it was done with a robot. Of course, the surgeons were controlling the robot. The robot was doing the surgery, and its precision was so incredible that the surgery was less invasive from being spinal surgery. I mean, can you imagine the advances that we've been able to make to improve human life? The power of getting access to technology. Yes, that's it right there. Is not every today, even still, there are places in the world where people do not have access to technology. They don't even have access to one of these. So it's incredible power to put in the hands of people. And as we know, with any new technology, as we've seen with social media, now when I look at my social media feed, you guys, I'm amazed. I'm really amazed. I'm going to show you some of mine because I have on my personal Facebook profile, I have what's called the New Pages Experience. I got it back earlier in the year when they rolled it out. And this is Facebook's way of allowing your personal profile to be used to monetize it, to use it like you would your business page. So I've been experimenting with posts. I have a business page. I have one for my editing service, my editing and writing services. Things that I post on that page mainly have to do with books that are coming out, writing related things, stories about writing, memes and funny things about writing, encouragement about writing. I keep all of those things on that business page. But on my personal page, I share all kinds of things as a creator. The live stream is one of them. It broadcasts live on both my business page and my personal profile. But my Facebook personal profile is set up to act in a page's capacity. That means it gives me the capability to look at all of the content and posts and see how it is trafficking on the platform. So let me show you something interesting because if you don't think that algorithms are controlling what is being used, because how many of you remember back 10 years ago on Facebook? It was super cool because you could really engage with all your friends. Your friends saw your content. That allowed for you to have discussions off platform with your friends in different ways about some of the things that you were experiencing together. I know for me that when I went through my cancer battle, having that access to share that with my friends, keep them updated on what was going on, their encouragement to me getting engaged in groups. So it's all a matter of how you use the tools. And so I've been sort of experimenting with my posts lately, right? To see what really works, to see what traction, and I'm amazed. So I recently posted a meme about boobs. It's a funny meme, and I'll show you what it is. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to let you see a little bit about how my posts, because I also have a strategy from just studying and analyzing and being part of mastermind groups where they talk about social media, the trends, the times in which to post, ways to get your content. Because now, I don't know about you, but when I get on my social media posts, I'm bombarded with ads, some of them for things I'm not even interested in. I close out of so many things because I just want to see my friends' content. And so I have put together friends lists in my Facebook profile where if I want to see what's going on with those people, I click on that friends list because it scales down what I don't want to see, and it allows me to then see things by people that I really care about, that I'm really connected to, family members, really close friends, right? I have a friend, she and her husband are going in today. Libby, I love you. Libby and Carl are going in today to have their son, right? So I want to stay on top of news like that. What do you do when technology becomes capable in and of itself to do things beyond human control? That's always the rub, right? The technology in the hands of other people. And so, again, it's all about having these conversations now. What can be done now to help streamline those processes? And so let me show you a little bit. I want to show you just an experiment here that I've been conducting probably for the last, I don't know, 6 months. I usually do this at the end of the year. I started in January and I kind of look through and see how things are trending. If you have a business page and you're using the platform to leverage yourself for business, you know that buying ads on the meta platforms is necessary if you want to get certain content visible. So I don't do that. I do it with certain things that I'm promoting on my business page, but I don't do it on my personal. And the thing about Facebook is that if you want to have the new pages experience on your personal profile, then you're going to want to spend some money. That's the whole purpose of why this feature is allowed. So if you have new pages experience and you're not spending money, what is Facebook doing with your content? Because they want to encourage you to spend money, right? So I'm going to show you my Facebook profile, and I'm going to scroll through it so you can see. Here, there's that in. All right. So here's my Facebook profile. Okay, you can see it here. I have the new pages experience. So you can see the profile here. Uh, this is a whole different sort of bio here than what you have on just the regular personal profile. But what the new pages experience allows me to do is I have insights. I have analytics on every single post that goes out on my platform. So, for example, I have to write things like this because Facebook does not. So notice no impressions, no post reach, no engagement. I have no idea if anybody saw that post or not. Okay. And it lets me know. Again, a lot of my content I share to my friends unless I make it public. So there's a way that people see my profile here if you're a friend connected to me. But if you are on my restricted list, or if you are, then you only see this. You only see my public posts. And this was the meme that got a whole bunch of views. Look, 86 people laughed about it. I got comments. I'll show you the analytics on that post again. But if you follow me, you only see my public posts. Only my public posts. You don't get to see all the other things. It's only the public posts, right? And if you notice, you can't comment on them. I think you can like them or share them. You can't comment on them. Okay. So that's a setting that I have on my page. And I can control who sees that. Now, if I exit out of that, you'll get to see these posts. So I have analytics. So when I posted this about my live broadcast going out, you would think, and even I've noticed with the schedulers, it doesn't let people see them. And Alfred, I don't know if you are into this, but so look, one post engagement was one post engagement. Right. Pay to play with the new pages. Right. Right. Spending money, which is fine. I totally get it. But I don't have a need to do it right now. I'm gonna experiment with it, Alfred, and see what happens. And I did, but I still didn't get the reach that I wanted. Now I have to play with the demographic and the niche it down to see what the response is. I got better ones on this. This was about me. This was about me getting home from the hockey game at 1:30 in the morning and having to turn around and have my car across town at a Honda dealership at 7. When I was 25, I could do that no problem. Even 35. I am 60 years old. The less stress I can have in my life, the more I like it. So here was this post, right? Got some good engagement. Let's look at the insights on that one. Oh, look. Now look at there. 317 with a 314 post reach, right? 29 people engaged. Now I have almost 2,500 followers or connections on Facebook. I think about 2,000 of those are friends, people that I know. And when you think about that, when I think about those numbers, guys, I mean, I know enough people to fit in the Ryman Auditorium. Like, I personally know that many people. And when you put those numbers in that perspective, changes the game, changes the way about how you think about sharing your content, right? So there's that post. And I'm going to get to the boob post in a minute. Here we were. This was, oh my God, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and the game is still going on and we're still at the arena. Let's see how that one did. 244. It was also posted late at night. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, right? It also depends on what time of day you're posting on the platforms. And see, all these things that you have to think about and math and all of that, I just love sharing stories about the coffee cups. I love getting to talk to my friends. I love when things are simpler. And it's okay that the technology is improving and changing, right? It's all in a matter of how you want to use it. So this was really interesting. This one, a post about today in history, Geoffrey Chaucer read aloud his Canterbury Tales for the first time in 1397. This was one of my favorite books that I taught in British literature. I was excited to post about this. How excited was Facebook? Well, let's see, I got no likes or comments. I had 103 post reach. So somebody saw it, right? But here we go. Here's the post that I shared. This was at night. I try to share funny things in the evening because I know when people are getting home from work or they've spent a whole day doing stuff. They just want to see something that makes them laugh. I enjoy making people laugh. I love getting to share time with people on these platforms, and hopefully, when they leave my profile, they feel uplifted. They've laughed. So this one got a lot of laughs, right? 86 people commenting. Um, one of them being my precious daughter, of course, my biggest fan. My other biggest fan, Sherry Oss. Gonna sip and salute you, my girlfriend, right? But I love this meme. I ran across it and I laughed out loud. Don't you hate it when you're reading and your boob pops out? Right? The old classic pictures. What was it? Well, let's see how we did. Now, I didn't even boost this post. Let's see how this post did. Look at there. 1,161 post impressions, a reach of 1,114, 311 people engaged with it. Well, let's see the difference between impressions and reach. If you don't really know that much about impressions versus reach, let's learn about it, right? So this was the number of times your post was on screen. This means this is how many times your post showed up on someone's screen, right? And when you click on these, and this is the new Pages experience, again, it lets you know the kind of interaction you got on your posts, right? And so the reach, what does it mean by reach? One little info box. You gonna pop up for me? Oh, come on. Okay, let me see if I can get it to come up again. Post reach. Oops. All right. Yes, we see the picture. Woo! Alfred, this is why I need to get a new machine. Look at what it's doing. It's because I'm sharing the screen. Anyway, um, screen versus it coming up and people engaging with it, seeing it in their feeds. All right. So this meme about a boob got a lot of traction. You would think, but their AI has learned, oh, this is funny. This is not porn. This is funny. And so AI is learning this. Before, AI would just block all kinds of stuff. But now the AI has learned. It's learned that this is funny. It still quashes other content. Other content doesn't come up in the feed unless I pay. See right here with every one of my posts that I make is a little blue button that says boost a post. That means pay us and we'll let more people see this post. You know, I have shopping to do. So for me, there are times when, yes, I do promote ads. I do, boost posts, especially on my business page if I'm trying to get more business. But views, posts that, let's see here. How about my followers on LinkedIn? Alfred, that is a good question. I've not really used LinkedIn that much. I see LinkedIn as a place where everybody is out there trying to connect because they need a job. I guess I could do that. Um, but I've never really thought about it. And so I'm curious as to what your input is about getting involved. And you visited my webpage and sent an email thanking you for sharing about artificial intelligence. DevSecOps is the username in your email. Okay. Well, thank you, Alfred. I appreciate that. And so I'm rethinking a lot of things. I want to talk about things that are important to me and share it with those that are close to me that are interested in connecting with me or having those kinds of conversations. So, what's really fun is I looked up some things and did some research. I haven't really participated in any of the AIs. I'm kind of approaching that carefully, but AI is starting to bleed into my industry in publication. Authors who are new are using it, people who are learning to write, they are using AI to help them write content. Here's my early observation about that. So I did a lot of reading and looking up things about, let's see, hold on. Oh, I'm gonna stop sharing my profile page here, guys. It is slowing down my computer. You have LinkedIn, but you never use it. Your thoughts on LinkedIn is it's just another way to increase your network and have a business end goal. You're currently using LinkedIn to research and discuss about cybersecurity. Okay. And so, Alfred, your thoughts on AI technology? How is that affecting cybersecurity? And again, right, and that's why I'm kind of rethinking how I want to approach things. I'm kind of going to be ending my live stream show next week. I'm going to be really rethinking my content so that when I come back in the fall, I have a fresh approach to how I want to look at my social media platforms and what I'm using them for. But I want to share a little bit about what I've learned in AI for writing. So, AI technology allows writers to write without too much deep thinking. And the challenge is that when you're given a prompt to write about, you're writing based on your personal response and feelings and thoughts about that question or that topic or that prompt. A machine can suggest ideas from the large pool of information that's out there, what everybody else is doing. It can give you, if you need a word, we used to look it up in a dictionary. Now we look at the dictionary online when we're trying to think of it. But now we can tell a machine to do it, and it will say it for us. How much of that content is really originally yours? Again, I use my MacBook and I use all this live streaming equipment to live stream, but the machine is not doing the live stream show for me. These are tools that I'm using that allows me to expand my creativity. And AI tools are the same way. So one article I read said AI writers can help you write without thinking, which allows you to produce more work than usual while still maintaining quality. Additionally, this technology could even allow you to create works that are on a larger scale than before, since writing is quick and easy. Another article I read said, AI writing tools are vulnerable to bias and therefore cannot be used to complete a writing task without human vetting. Human bias can be introduced if certain questions or keywords were unintentionally or intentionally excluded. They're able to do this. They are experimenting with. But what happens, again, if the technology is in the wrong hands and certain questions or keywords are excluded, well, then the machine is only going to learn what it's given. A child does the same thing. You think about a child when you have them and they're learning and they love learning from you until they get old enough and have enough experience where they want to start having their own experiences away from you. And they start to think on their own and start doing things on their own. And it's through those trials, those failures, if you will, those foibles, that they learn that there's something innate about a human being, a human soul that is different. And so, again, these tools can do some amazing things. Now, in my industry, with writing and people publishing books, what do you do with AI writing that people are submitting? How can you catch it? It's hard to catch. Will people publish books that use AI technology to write? I'm almost certain they will. However, US law states that intellectual property can be copyrighted only if it was the product of human creativity, and the USCO only acknowledges works authorized by humans at present. Machines and generative AI algorithms, therefore, cannot be authors, and their outputs are not copyrightable. So, my advice to young writers, my advice to new writers is be very careful because current US law and copyright law states what you can and cannot copyright. Now, Will the laws change? Who knows? As technology advances, we will be faced with these questions and these challenges. How can you tell if work is authentically yours or whether it's been AI generated? Um, you enjoyed my stream. You engage with chat, and topics are very informative and insightful. Well, thank you, Alfred. I appreciate you too. And I'm taking a break because one, it's going to be summertime. I'm having my surgery in August, so we'll see how I feel. Um, and I'm still going to pop on and do lives. I'm still going to try to announce to people. I'm just not going to have a consistent weekly show because I'm going to be rebranding over the summer. I want to take some time away to learn some new technology, and I'm still going to be sharing content. I'm still going to be on here. Ooh, you have an article. How AI is disrupting and transforming the cybersecurity landscape. Oh, I cannot wait, Alfred. I'm going to go to the comments and click on this link. Guys, if you see here in the comments below, um, click on that article and check it out. And Alfred, because that is your industry, it's affecting a lot of industries. It's really going to be a shift, kind of how computers was such a shift. I remember when we got our first computer on the floor at the radio station, and everybody had to sign in to use it. We had to be trained on how to use it. Then getting your own at your desk. Now we have them on our desks in our houses. Technology has really changed and advanced. It's made us capable of so much more. But we have to be careful, again, how we use the tools. It's always about how we use the tools, right? So have you learned about AI technology? I'm going to be trying to learn over the summer, and I'm going to be hopefully sharing that. So here's what I would like to posit to you since my stream is going to be ending. So first of all, I hope you will join me next week as we celebrate and get ready to kick off what's going to be summer pretty soon. Guys, I know that the official first day of summer isn't until June, but you know what? Here in Texas, it gets warm early. So I'm going to be celebrating next weekend that as with the month of May comes the warm temperatures. Our pool is getting fired up to be ready to use. I can't wait to use it. So much is happening. So much is changing. And so I want to celebrate that with you next week. Also, I want to be able to stay in touch with you over the summer because I'm going to still be doing I'm going to be experimenting a little more on YouTube. So, Alfred, I don't know how much you use YouTube. Let me know if you do. Those of you who are YouTube streamers, if you have favorite channels that you like, why do you like them on YouTube? What draws you to YouTube to use that platform? I'm going to be looking into that and trying to experiment with that a little more. I'm also going to be using Instagram a little more. But the main thing that you want to do, if you want to stay in touch with me, is you want to get in touch right here. If you want to be a part of my mailing list, Alfredo, I know you're on it. So I know you're on it. Lots of folks who are on it. I am going to start in May to be sending content through my email list. You will be getting private little broadcasts like this. You will get invited to broadcasts. You will get invited to Zoom calls where we can get together and have some conversations. I want to get a little more intentional about really connecting with my people. So this is a great way for you to you use YouTube and even assisted your local church, Inglewood Southside Christian, to stream their church services for 4 years. That's great. Yes, right? Technology has allowed us to be connected in ways we never thought we could be. And so I want to get a little more intentional on that. I appreciate Facebook and streaming here and connecting with people here, and I'm still going to do that in different ways. However, again, I'll put the link back up here. This is the best way to stay in touch with me. You can get on my email list here. Just sign up here. You can talk to me about my book club. We are reading a fantastic book called The Bloomsbury Girls. I have a book club, and every month I will be sharing I'm going to open it up to my main list. I have a book club list, but I'm going to be opening up, connecting with my email list and sharing my book recommendations. So if you want to get a little more about that, you can. In the month of May, I'm going to be going through this book called Ready, Set, Memoir, The Essential Guide to Telling Your Story, written by people who started the NaNoWriMo group and the NaNoWriMo challenge, which helps authors really streamline their writing habits, really develop a good writing habit, and start telling their stories. I'm working on mine. Oops, I'm gonna put it over here. I'm working on mine. And so I would love it if you would join me for this. So we're going to do this during the month of May. I'll be posting a little bit about it here on Facebook and socials, but I really would love you to join me for it. It's a workbook that walks you through really planning your memoir. So even if you've never really thought about writing a memoir, but you would love to sort of organize your personal memories into something that you could do for your family at Christmas. I mean, now's the time to start thinking about those things, right? What is the type of content that you're going to be sharing? So you are thinking, good morning, Body. Good to see you. You're thinking the AI is going to be another process that we will need to navigate with education and discernment. It's not going to be an easy gig. Well, but that, Bonnie, that is true with any kind of technology. You know, I mean, think about it. When these came around, it's like with any tool, like you said, education and discernment. And if you are a person, if you are a believer, you know that ultimately there's a reason beyond the temporal. These things are all tools that we use to connect, to educate, to lift up, to support. And as you saw, and I really encourage you to watch the 60 Minutes program. I'll be sharing the link with you guys here in the comment thread. But I really suggest that you go to it. It presents a really great look at you, and you get to see some fun little robots playing soccer, doing some really cool things. And it allows you to learn, again, how they're working on these technologies. It just takes practice. Exactly. And Alfredo, that is the same thing that we do when we are writing. It takes practice. You can use AI tools if you are stuck generating an idea, coming up with an idea, or need to get started, kind of prime the pump. But don't negate or hinder your own creativity and the talent pool that lies within here. God wants to use that, wants to elevate your gift and share it with others so that you can uplift them and encourage them and bring joy and love into their life, right? That's what I love to do, surrounded by all my books. I love to do this while I'm connecting on my social media platforms, and I love to do it in stories. Today's mug is a salute to the old school while we are embracing the new, right? This is my rock on mug from my friend Elena Ingalls. She used to work with me at VLO Broadcasting. She worked for WFAA TV downstairs when I worked for KZEW FM radio upstairs. And so she got me this amazing mug. I love it. I'm sure somebody made this because it's a, it's really great clay, but it's an old school radio. Rock on. Do you even listen to regular radio anymore? Radio stations in your car? Because we can stream XM radio or we just stream music on Spotify, right? When was the last time you actually listened to a real radio station, right? Well, guys, thanks for being here with me this morning. These are the kinds of conversations I love having with you. And I want to thank all the guests that showed up this morning in the live stream. It was great to have these conversations, right? How do you feel about AI? Does it make you nervous? Have you used it? How do you feel about it? I don't want to come down hard line on it. My observation is always it's a tool that you use. If you're using it to do your job for you, then you're not doing the work. And we got to do the work. If we're to claim any credit, we want it to be copyrighted. It has to be your original work, not a machine's original work. Your 2003 car still has an AM/FM radio. Good on you, Alfredo, right? Listen, I've got to see if I can show it to you over here. Can I show it to you over here with my Hawaiian ipu and my, you see that? Look, do you see that Sony player? It's a CD player radio. It's got a CD player in the top. Let me get my camera back. Because I love to just put, I have so many CDs, right? And so sometimes I like to just pop a CD in there and listen to music instead of stream my Spotify to the speakers that are in the ceiling. You just want to do the creating without technology jumping faster than me. Bonnie, you know what? So do I, girlfriend. But you know what? It's just whoosh. You know, it's a matter of the pace I want to keep, honestly. It's really that. And I love my own creative pace. When I feel centered and grounded, and I feel like I'm communing with the divine, that's when I feel my greatest work come out. That's when I feel like I'm at my utmost potential. I'm creating out of love. I don't know that a machine knows how to create out of love. It can process all of the things, right? The brain processes like a computer. But without the heart, without the soul, that is the dividing line between man and machine. And machines will always be with us. Technology will always be with us. It's something that we created, we co-created. God gave us the innate ability to create alongside him. And man is doing that with technology. What pace do you want to use to keep up with it? What tools will you use? And will you learn them well enough to make sure that they are the tools being used and the tools are not using you, right? Technology is a tool, exactly. And if we keep that mindset, if we remember that as we work with the new body, it ain't gonna happen, right? So, guys, listen. When you are informed and you have the knowledge, that's when you can fight. But if you're fighting against something just for the sake of fighting it, let's have these conversations. Let's have more of these conversations. Let's educate ourselves. And like Bonnie said, let's use discernment, right? Because that's how we're going to share our awesomeness with the world. And I appreciate you for hanging out and letting me share mine with you. I want to thank you and salute you. Hope you'll come back next week. Let's have a big party, guys. Let's go out in style and get excited about the summer. And I want to encourage you, there's going to be hopefully different kinds of content coming from me on my social media platforms. And I would love to continue these. So, yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's make this another great new thing that we add to our arsenal. Let's embrace the technology. And let's say hi to Mr. Milo, who wants to have some breakfast. Thanks a bunch, guys. Again, let me know how I can help you out. Come on up, Milo. Yeah, come on. You can come on up. He wants me to go feed him. I'm going to put the link back up here again so you can have it. Guys, let me know how I can help you. You want to have a conversation? You can even schedule a 30-minute coffee conversation with me over Zoom where we can chat about these things. Do you have some content you kind of want to work on? Would you like to work on a memoir? Would you like to learn a little bit about it? Join me. Let's have these conversations. Let's learn a little bit more about sharing our stories and sharing our content and getting better at doing those things. Milo, put your butt down. Sit down. I need you to sit in the chair with me. He loves to sit in the chair. So if you see a tail come up behind me, guys, let me know how we can chat. Let me know how I can help you. And thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. Circle back next week. We'll have coffee and more conversations and talk more story. Okay? Have a good one, guys. Thanks a bunch.